All right, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to a weekly challenge. I am your host once again, Rob Barrington, and your eyes are not deceiving you, folks. Right above me, you're seeing 11 boards on the list, and that is because if you did not see the last episode of last week's challenge, for the first time, we missed a board. And when I say we, me, we had a time closeout in the middle of the tournament, actually, that I just kind of streamed and recorded for your laughs, basically. But here, we're going to get that board back. We're going to play 11 boards. We're playing match points, and it is a best hand, so we will have the best hand at the table just to create some action this week on a special holiday week as well. So one extra board for the holiday. And in the States right now, it is Labor Day, so I hope you guys are enjoying a nice end of the summer. It marks the end of our summer every year, and it's still going to be hot as Hades down here for at least a couple more months, but then the winter gets nice and cool in Florida comparatively, so looking forward to that. But let's jump in here. And we see a very nice 18 count, I think, right off the first bat here. We never downgrade to bid one no trump. I had a question the other day where someone had an 18-point hand and a flat distribution, 4-3-3-3, which is usually a situation where you would downgrade, but never for no trump, right? Our high card point range is what matters. And then we add to that sometimes our extra 5-card suits where we might upgrade, but we're never going to go down in that sense. It's really bad to do that. So we're going to start with a diamond. We intend to rebid 2 no, and we are going to rebid 2 no trump here. In fact, I think we might bid 3 no with the robot. Let's see. So let me just remind you all in this situation, when it goes 1-1, and any auction where it goes 1 by us, an opening bid, 1 banana, 1 grape by partner, 2 no trump is always 18-19. All right, just keep that in your head forever. 1-1. 2 no trump, 18-19 balanced, okay? And it's important to remember that it is very obvious when it goes a diamond and let's say partner bid a heart over there. 2 no trump is much more clearly going to be 18-19 because it's just, you can see that it's a jump in this situation. But in this one banana, 1 no trump, it is a little kind of disguised because it's not a jump. It looks like, hey, I'm just raising, but really it is 18-19. Now the robot plays this weird. You've seen this in the Wednesday morning tournament as well with Gavin and myself. They have this range designated as 17-18, and then 18-19 would be your 3 no apparently, or 19 would be your 3 no. Let's make sure of this. Yeah, 19 to 21. Okay. Well, I mean, apparently they're not really that familiar with our ranges here, but I would say on this one we have a solid 18 and we're playing match points. So at this point, I think we're going to bid 2 no trump and just give this a nice chance for partner if they kind of reached with a bad 6 count or something to pass. And here, let's hope they did this right. All right, look at this. They had a flat 7 count and they did pass. Now, we might still make 9 tricks on this one. The opponents didn't get off to a heart lead, which means we have a chance to maybe gobble up some tricks here. But this is the situation that we want partner to be able to pass with. Maybe, I mean, maybe a 7 count they might give it. In an imp game, they always would. But here, most of you think that 2 no bid can never be passed or it's game forcing. It's not quite, right? What I'll tell you is 2 no will show 18-19 balanced, and it will rarely be passed by your partner. However, you should want it to be passed, especially for situations like we've seen in some of these tournaments where it goes 1 of a minor and partner stretches to bid with like a 4 or 5 card major with like a 5 count. When we rebid 2 no trump, we need partner to be able to pass in these situations, and that's what partner's going to be allowed to do. This is kind of on the heavy side of pass, but what partner did is exactly what we discussed before we saw dummy. They're flat, so they downgraded their hand, and we can't really give the robot too much grief for that one. So let's jump in and play this hand. All right, so just as always, we're going to start with our basic no trump playing strategy. And if you want some more practice with this, check out Bridge Camp, which is coming up this week. Or if you're watching this, it may be happening right now. So check out bridgelesson.com for that. But here, you just start with how many cards can you literally play right now and guarantee that it will win the trick? And here you can recognize after a little bit of calculation here that you're going to have 4 diamond tricks, right? Ace, King, Queen, Jack, you only have 4 of them, so you can take a maximum of 4. You're going to have 3 club tricks, so 4 diamonds, 3 clubs is 7, and the Ace of Spades is 8. Right? So this is always the starting point of every deal, right? When we're playing no trump, we're going to start with how many winners we can take, and luckily, it's rarely going to be the case that we're at 8 already. We're at our contract, right? We're in 2 no trump. We just need 8 tricks to make it. So really, whatever we take above that is just going to be a nice little extra piece of points for us, right? So we're going to try to take the most. But what can you see here is the issue. Right. The second part of your strategy is usually going to be, hey, where can I create winners, or should I, right? And in cases like this, when you already have your contract, you don't want to go minus when you could just always go plus. And are there ways on this deal for us to go minus if we allow the opponents to win a trick? Take a moment. It should be pretty clear that if we give them a trick outside of the heart suit, especially, like if we decide to take a spade finesse at some point, which honestly in match points we may eventually decide to do if we get some information. But if we decide to play and try to take an extra trick, we're risking, if they win with the king of spades here and switch to a heart, that maybe they can take 5 heart tricks, right? We only have 5 in our hand. If they break 4-4 between the hands, and we knew that, you know, we would be happy to kind of do a little gamble with the spade suit because we can't go down there. But here, there's no way to know, right? The weird thing is they didn't lead a heart, but it's the robot, right? So what this would usually suggest in a realistic sense, folks, is if I didn't see East lead a heart here, I would expect West to have some hearts, right? So I would be very worried about, you know, letting them in for taking, to be able to take those tricks, or at least break that suit. So here, folks, we're going to take the ace of clubs here. We're going to kind of just play high card from the short side. And to be honest, I'm just going to run diamonds, right? I'm going to take my 4 tricks. Now, I will tell you, this is rarely going to be your best strategy when you're playing no trump. The reason this is the best strategy now is because we have 8 tricks, our contract, and we're in danger of going minus if we don't do this. And in most low-level no trump contracts, and even 3 no trump, we're rarely going to be ripping off our winners first. We're usually going to be trying to construct our side tricks, and then when we have them all, we'll take them together. Here, we just don't have the safety to do that with that heart suit just sitting out there. So we're just going to start taking some diamonds. We're going to pay attention to what they're throwing. We're looking for any club pitches at this point. We don't really, I mean, the spade pitches might have some use to them as well, but here we're just looking for club pitches. And there is one. Beautiful, right? So recognize that at this point, you never have to count an entire bridge hand. You just need to pay attention to the stuff that could provide extra stuff for you, or extra cheddar, as we like to call it. So here, I have 7 clubs to start with, or I had 7 clubs to start with. They played 1 round. That was 8-9. That's 10 right there, folks. Boom. That is 10 total clubs that I've seen. Let's see if we can get to 13. There's 11, there's 12, right? So now I know clubs are breaking, and also I can just recognize if clubs are 3-3, I'm going to get a nice even break. Or when they're 4-2 and the righty pitches a club, we're in business, folks. So here we go, king of clubs. Let's hope they pitch some hearts here, right? And if we're counting clubs, we'll know that this is a winner, and that's how we take a safe extra trick, folks. That's how we take a safe one. Interesting. They both pitched hearts. I kind of like this. It's a little interesting for a spade finesse. I'm going to take it. And this is a match point play, folks. I mean, it might be okay in imps too, but here I'm just trying to get one extra trick in spades. I kind of know that they've pitched enough hearts that they're guarding something, and also, you know, they can't really crush me in hearts now that they've both pitched one. So here, little worth it at the end. I was not worried about going to bed with my ace of spades. One of them would have a spade at that point. At least we hope. And here it is. That's plus 180. And that's a pretty darn good match point score to start with. We're not upset when we make more, folks. And recognize that the robot's going to bid this exactly the same way. This is the beauty of knowing we're playing against the same exact person at each table, basically. And for their system, this is their bids, right? They would open a diamond, they would rebid 2 note to show 17, 18. But for you guys, remember, 18, 19 balanced. 1 banana, 1 grape, 18, 19 is 2 no trump. 1 apple, 1 orange, 2 no trump, 18, 19, right? Always and forever. And we're allowed to pass. And we're also allowed to do other stuff, like something like new minor forcing would be interesting in spots like this. You can use all the stuff you use over normal no trump rebids. All right, let's get on to board number 2. We're going to play 3 to start with today. We're making up for the one board we missed last week, and here we are in a best hand tournament with an 11 count. Well, Man, I do want to kind of pass this because I'm short in the majors. But if I don't bid, I might get an opening bid to my left. This is a weird situation where I would not be bidding normally with this hand. All right, I'm in second seat vulnerable. I don't really want to get in there. But the battlefield, essentially, again, in these challenges, means that we have the best hand at the table. So what we can expect is we have 11, and no one has more than 11. So there could be a couple people with 11, including partner, or it's more like 11 and 9, 11 and 10, and we're kind of a split deck hand. So usually what that means is if we pass, the auction's going to end. And I'm not going to shortchange you guys again. I'm not going to pass out an extra board that I've added here. So the rule is usually we're going to open in these spots anyway, and especially in a best hand tournament. In a non-best hand tournament, I would just pass confidently, right? Because now I have two people that are very likely to take a call. In a best hand tournament, I know more, right? I know lefty and partner aren't going to have much. So let's hope partner responds with a major, and we get to bid a nice no trump, and let's play there. Unfortunately, partner invited. So now this 2-no, folks, is going to be way tougher than the last one. Although hero partner has a nice 11 count, so we're 11 opposite 11, which is the best we could hope for here. So we'll take that, and let's see what happens on this deal. The 9 and 8 of hearts might end up being relevant on this. But let's go back to the process, guys. If you need time, press pause, but count your winners first. And remember, winners are cards that we can take right now. If I lead it, I will know I'll take a trick. So how many do we have here? And then second part of the strategy is where are our extra tricks going to come from on this hand? And that question is usually very difficult to answer the lower you are in your no trump contract level. All right, so I have 2 spade winners, right? I have no heart winners, even though I can see 1 or 2 in the very near future. I only have 1 diamond winner, and I only have 1 club winner. So I legit have 4 winners on this hand, and I need 8. Where are our extra tricks going to come from is the next question. And in reality, they could come from a lot of places, but it appears that at least one, as discussed, is going to come from hearts just because of the lead. What we're hoping is East plays the ace of hearts, plays third hand high, and now we have 2 heart tricks, right? If East plays the jack or the 10, now we still have maybe a chance to take 2 heart tricks by finessing the other card that they don't play here. I would also say that clubs is the one that's most likely to provide extra tricks as well outside of that, right? We don't have a ton of excellent cards in the suit, but we have 2, and I'll just show you how you would normally play this suit anyway. So first off, we're going to play low. When you have the 9 of hearts and the 8 of hearts, right, we certainly don't want to play the card from the dummy first unless we really needed to. And here we're going to win the king of hearts. Now the jack of hearts is telling, and the robots are good at just mechanical card play. And what I mean by that is if East had the 10 and the jack of hearts, what would they play? They would play the 10 first. So now we know left-hand opponent is the one that's most likely to have the 10 of hearts. So if we were going to take a finesse, or if we're going to play a low heart from dummy, we would probably be better served to hop up with the queen and hope the ace was to our right. So just for future reference. But here, notice if the club suit is the suit that's going to provide us the most extra tricks, and notice we've taken 1 extra with the king of hearts, we are now just going to play that suit. And here, the best way to play it without the 10, the jack, and all this is low to the ace, and then low back to the queen. I'm going to kind of unblock with the 9 here, and that's what we want to see. We either wanted to see the king, or if they played low, we would have just played the queen now. And here we are, folks. They're testing us on the mechanics of their card play. We'll take the test, and now we know ace 10 was to our left anyway. Right, so this exactly right. So what we're hoping is the information we had is the 10 isn't to our right, right? So the 9 is not going to win this trick. So the queen has to be our only choice, and sometimes it's just wrong, no matter what you do, because both cards were behind you. So don't think that's a loss, folks. That is a win. Oh, that's a super win too. Look at this. They hopped king, and now the clubs are breaking evenly. So we're going to put a little pressure on our opponents here. We're going to play a club. I'm going to save some of that, and now we're just going to play a low diamond. Recognize, are we in any danger at this point? No. I mean, we have diamond losers on top of diamond losers, and let's also take a moment and come back to our winner count, right? We only have 4 in the bank, folks, right here. Those are our winners for playing the north-south cards. All right, so we have 4 winners. How many do we have left on the table? There's 5, 6, 7. We're not at 8 yet, folks. We need to mine for more tricks. And this is how we're going to do it. Right? We're just going to play a low diamond to the 9, and there's a hard play, obviously, right? So here we're kind of in a little bit of trouble, right? So now we're kind of pitching away what could be extra tricks, but maybe the opponents are too, right? So now we'll just keep this hidden. In a real game, you kind of just play to the very end. What do I have left here, folks? What do I have left? If you're counting on defense, though, you should know. And this is down 1, it looks like. And that's, I don't know, that seemed like the best we could do. Let's hop over to our results stream here and see if we have any potential for extra tricks. It didn't really look like it, especially, it's such a bad beat. They let a heart from ace 10 X of hearts. That's pretty brutal, actually. Terrible lead. You would choose something else, but I mean, you could kind of understand why West has an issue, or at least from, in robot mind. They saw their left-hand opponent bid a spade, so they were worried about this. So I mean, leading the other major, it worked out very well for them, right? Partner did have the jack, and at this point, we just can't really do too well. And I guess they're beating us with most of their leads anyway. Obviously, the only ones that are terrible are the ace or the 10 of hearts, right? Because that would take away their extra position on this hand. All right, let's jump into board 3, a bonus board for the holiday and for my own stupidity from last week. For those of you that didn't see the last episode last week, in the middle of my recording of the session, the tournament timed out, or the challenge timed out. I played it like the following day, and it was a shock to me at the time, but here we get the board back in this next challenge. So make your opening bid, folks. What do you do with this hand? Board 3. You're the south player. You're the dealer. What do you do? You better be opening a no trump, folks, because let me ask you a question. If you open a heart and it goes, let's say that this is our auction. I'm going to give you my nice penmanship here. That's a real treat, I'm sure. Let's say it goes 1 heart, 1 no trump. What do you do with this hand, folks? Well, you can't bid 2 no trump. That's 18-19, right? Can't be doing that. What if it goes 1 heart, 1 spade? What do you do now? Yeah, you can't bid 1 no trump. That's 12-14. You can't bid 2 no trump. That's 18-19. So we're not opening a no trump because we love opening no trumps always, even though I kind of do love that. We're opening a no trump in this case way more appropriately because our rebids are terrible if we don't, right? We are doing this to avoid a very common future torturous problem, like I showed you. So here, we just bid this like we always do, folks. They bid 2 clubs. We show our 4-card major. Ooh, this is just invitational with 4 spades. What we're going to do, I'm going to see if 3 hearts would work for them. Yeah, this is what we want. 15-17. I hope it doesn't think I'm a minimum. So here's what partner's doing. Sorry, I'm just planning out my play without talking to you guys here. This 2 spade bid is invitational. So what we want to do is accept an invitation, right? And we want to do that in the most constructive way, meaning we want to give ourselves a shot of playing 4 hearts if it's right. So if I bid 3 hearts, I just want to make sure partner's going to take it as 5. So that looks like 5 minus hearts. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope they're going to take it as 5, but really I hope they're going to take it as I accept your invite, choose no trump or hearts. And this is the best way to do it. And good, they did choose no trump, so they got us to game. So any bid opposite after that spade bid except for 2 no would be, hey, I want to accept your game invite, but I'm giving you another option. And here, important to give the other option because it happens to be a major. And also, before we even look at the dummy here, these cards, quick tricks opposite some sort of spade length over there, 4 cards, and a 3-card heart holding. That's a pretty good hand to be playing in a suit for sure. But we're playing in no trump because that's where we belong, and partner has a nice 9 count over there. Very nice. All right, so what we're going to do here is the same process we've gone through the first 2 boards. It's kind of a fun start. Count your winners and then plan your play. And here we basically start with 4 winners, kind of depressing. Ace, king of diamonds, ace, king of clubs. However, we see a nice potential source of tricks and hearts. That's going to depend on kind of where the honors are for sure. And the split of the suit could be consequential there. But also the spade suit might provide some extra tricks as well. One thing you might see on this hand, and should be somewhat scary is the transportation here might be kind of difficult between these two hands, and that's usually what's going on when we're misfitting. But we're going to do the best we can here, and we're going to see what happens after this first trick. At least we're going to play the 6, right? We're going to hopefully see the 10 or the queen. There we go. We like that card there. We have the 9 in our hand, and here, to be honest, I'm happy to play another diamond, right? And I'm hoping, what I would guess in a realistic sense, I would guess West has the queen of diamonds, but in a robot sense, I would be shocked if they did, to be honest. But here I'm still setting up one extra trick. So even if I lose that jack of diamonds is still good. And look at the robots doing kind of a smart thing. They're taking their diamond trick, or sorry, their diamond exit, and just getting out of their hand as safely as they can, because they can see they don't really want to be breaking any of these suits either. Here I've taken an extra trick, or maybe 2 at this point. I haven't kept track of count, but the beauty is I'm just going to count my winners again. So I have 3 in the bank right here. I have now 2 more clubs. That's 5. So yeah, I've taken like 1 extra trick here. Still looking for more, and I would say the more are either going to come from spades or hearts, and maybe that jack of clubs scores a trick over there as well. Before I waste all those clubs, which might happen very quickly, I want to try to see if I can set up some spades. So I'm going to take a normal spade finesse here. That's nice. Okay, let's hope that queen gets played. It did not, unfortunately. And now we're in a little bit of a pickle here. Do we play low? Yeah, we're going to duck this. Let's see what they do. Now we understand what's going on in spades, at least. Unfortunately, if right-hand opponent has the ace of hearts, we're in a little bit of trouble. Let's see. We still don't have enough winners yet, unfortunately. I don't know. We are in a little spot of trouble here. We're going to take a club hook. That's going to lose here because of spade cash. And heart. Ace of hearts was there. Hearts would have been way better. It looks like it was 4-2 maybe, but still, if we oh man, ace jack tight. So yeah, if we led a low heart towards our ace at some point rather than the spade, I think we do much better. Let's just kind of take a cycle through here. There's our diamond play, and at this point, so if you're going to lead from left-hand opponent's hand, and let me start this over. You're defending 3 no trump. I mean, you're not going to lead a heart because South did show 5 cards in the heart suit, so it's okay to lead a diamond here. But if you're going to do that, lead a top diamond, right? Lead top of nothing. The 4, and again, I've referenced this as I'm playing, and I'm kind of expecting this diamond to lose at this point because of the way the robot plays. But in a realistic sense, I would expect this play to have won for sure, right? Because they're so likely to have the queen because they've led low, and that's what you expect. The big mistake here is just me not leading hearts toward my hand. Right? It's a much easier way when it just goes low heart and they hop ace, or low jack king and it goes low. Love that as well. But here I decided to play spades, and that was just disastrous, right? So at some point, it looks like if they let a club, they would have crushed us as well. But here it comes, right? 9 of diamonds is still okay, right? Lost that. Still okay, though. Let's go. And now king of diamonds, yep, still okay pitching a heart. But now I just have to play hearts, right? And here I'm just kind of taking a wild guess as to what might be right. And I'm totally wrong on this one. So that will happen, folks, and it'll happen again and again and again, and that's just why bridge is fascinating, fun, and maybe frustrating. Maybe those are the 3 Fs of bridge. I think maybe some people can think of more colorful Fs that are appropriate for bridge as well, but we'll leave that for another program for sure. But I'll see you guys back here. This is an extended version because we played 3 boards, folks, but it'll be 2 the rest of the way, and we'll finish 11 for the rest of this challenge, folks. Hopefully we'll come out victorious. Match points, so I don't know. It looks like we have one very good board, and the second board maybe is okay. Third board, I don't know. Looks like it's pretty rough. So we'll find out, though, for the rest of this week, and I will see you guys for those days. Take care.